What's going on, you guys? This is Dimension Scott back at you once again with another video, and today this is my list of favorite films of 2025. So let's talk about it. Before we get into today's video, if you're brand new to my channel and you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe for more videos if you like what you see. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram with the same name as usual, Dimension Scott. Okay guys, so I hope you guys are ready for the new year. Now it's this time once again to go over films that I personally really like this year. I'm going to split in different section of this video my top favorites and get into honorable mentions of this video, and maybe some titles that maybe I wanted to really like but I did not like as much because of the hype they were getting. So what are some of your favorite movies of this year? Please let me know down below. Now, this is my opinions. My list isn't the right list, so feel free to let me know what you saw this year that you personally liked this year. So without no further ado, shall we begin? Number 6, my favorite movie was Superman. Look, I love Man of Steel, but I still believe the Snyderverse can still be restored. But James Gunn's Superman movie, although I'm not on the biggest hype like a lot of people are, but Superman on its own was entertaining. Had a good time, had a fun time with it, enjoyed the cast. I knew this Superman did a nice job as a more hopeful Superman, and I enjoyed the cast. Lois Lane, sorry. It had some fun action. I think the crypto, the super dog was cool. The guy who played Lex Luthor did a good job. I can't think of his name at the top of my head, but Superman is a entertaining kickoff to the new DCU that will continue with Supergirl next year. And the next one I'm gonna go with here is Thunderbolts. I did not get the chance to see this in theaters, but I think it is a good Marvel kind of movie, and it doesn't matter to me how these movies perform with their box office. Thunderbolts was considered a big flop, but Thunderbolts had enjoyable cast, and this movie kind of like subverted little expectations with one major character. I won't get into spoilers, okay? So in this movie, you have anti-heroes, and winners. You have Bucky Barnes, so former Winter Soldier. You have Florence Pugh as the Black Widow. Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp. You have Red Guardian, played by David Harper, and you even have U.S. Agent from Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. And you also had the debut of one of the most powerful Marvel characters called the Sentry. So now this movie told a story about our characters dealing with their experiences with their own lives, and they come together and face off against the most powerful character in Marvel history, known as the Sentry. So for me, I know this movie does have its dislikers. Some people don't like this movie, whatever. But for me, I think I enjoyed it as a anti-team-up Suicide Squad version of Marvel. Number 4 is going to be Megan 2.0. I think this is still a good continuation from the first Megan that was a more horror approach. And in this one, it took a more action approach, which is cool with me. Once again, Megan, she stole the show, and I enjoyed the returning cast. It had it really explored more of that relationship between Katie and her aunt. And for me, the Megan series so far is on a pretty fun ride to me. So whenever we get Megan 3 or a spin-off I heard about, I'm gonna be checking that out. So Megan 2.0 for me is still a really nice, good continuation from the first Megan. I'm not disappointed that it wasn't as horrifying like in the first one. So it's more, this is like a Terminator direction, where the first Terminator was more horror, and you had Terminator 2 that was action packful, and that's totally cool with me. So I really still enjoy the Megan series so far. So I'll be waiting for any further titles set in the Megan universe whenever. Number three, Jurassic World Rebirth. It has its fans, it has its haters. That's what happens to all these Jurassic films ever since after the original came out in the 1990s. But for me, Jurassic World Rebirth for me was a solid experience. It felt horrifying. You know, once again, you have a group, you even have a family, all stranded on an island with dinosaurs looking for DNA. And I enjoy Scarlett Johansson. I enjoy Mahershala Ali, who is supposed to be our MCU's Blade. Don't know what is going on. I don't know when they're gonna do that. That was announced a long time ago. But it had a good cast. It had fun dinosaur action. You had an island, and it was a lot of good. It was like going on a new adventure. I think Garrett Edwards is a really solid director. So if Garrett Edwards comes back for another movie to direct, count me in. I'm gonna continue watching Jurassic World, anything like that, for as long as I can. Number two is without a doubt is Ballerina, because I love the John Wick universe. I love Ana de Armas. She's actually one of the most gorgeous actresses I've seen this year, and she did a really great job with her actions and her performances, and you know, her interaction with Keanu Reeves' John Wick, amazing. So if we can get a Ballerina 2 with Ana de Armas, I cannot wait. I hope it happens, but Ballerina to me was such a really fun, action-packed John Wick spin-off with Ana de Armas from start to finish. Now, for this section right here is going to be my personal honorable mentions before the number one. So I have two right here. Some I'm just gonna have to put a Photoshop right here, you know what I mean. Put a shot of the theatrical posters because I don't have a physical copy of them. So starting with here is Captain America: Brave New World. You know, a lot of people didn't like Brave New World, but for me, Sam Wilson as the current Captain America, and it had the Red Hulk. You know, it had Harrison Ford as the president, and it was a nice little black Captain America story to tell that's way different from Steve Rogers. And if this is a more like tie up loose to the Incredible Hulk from 2008. So some people may say that's just not Captain America, but for me, Sam Wilson, Harrison Ford, Red Hulk, and going up against each other was actually really fun to watch in the movie theater. And here I just got in is Black Phone 2. This is a more Nightmare on Elm Street take on the series so far, and our killer in here who's more Freddy Krueger, because if you've seen the first one, you know what happened in that movie. Then you know why in this movie he's more horrifying, and why he's more Freddy Krueger, and he's a lot disfigured. And our returning cast, they go to this frozen cabinet and they're haunted by the killer in their dreams. So that's Nightmare on Elm Street. That's why people say that. And Black Phone, to me, I'm gonna have to let it grow and grow on me, because I rewatched the first one more, and the more I watch it, the more I like it. And I'm enjoying the Black Phone series so far. So if there's a Black Phone 3, count me in. And next is some few honorable mentions that I'm just going to show right here because I don't have them physically. So I'm going to say Sinners. No, Michael B. Jordan. Unfortunately, well, I enjoyed the movie, but I did not like it as like I wanted to, because I thought I wanted more build up to being vampires, because that's why I watched this movie, because it was building up to be a horrifying vampire movie, like from Dusk Till Dawn. But I enjoyed the build up as a black western, but I think I wanted to see more of this movie building up as vampires. But Michael B. Jordan did a really great job playing two versions of his character, and there was Haley Steinfeld in the movie too, and all that. and it was pretty gory vampires at that party house. It felt like I was watching a black Western vampire movie, but I still think I wanted more. And another movie that came out that took me by surprise was Weapons. I enjoyed this mystery setup in the suburbs. Yeah, a lot of cast from the MCU, and they did a really great job in their screen time sections of the movie. Especially our main cast girl. I don't want to get her name, but I know she's from the MCU. She was female Silver Surfer. You even had Wong from Doctor Strange. You even had one of the cast that played the officer from Solo, a Star Wars story. He did a good job as well. But I enjoyed this mystery behind why all these kids disappeared, and it took really a creep by surprise. And if you haven't seen the movie yet, I won't spoil it. I won't spoil the twist. So it looked like a beginning story to an end story. So Weapons for me actually really caught me by surprise. And now we're going to get into my #1 movie of the year, and we're going to wrap this video up. Also, I just want to put in real quick here is Lilo and Stitch, the live action version. Watched it on Disney Plus, and I think they did a good job with the animation of Stitch. He looks just like from the original cartoon. And I enjoyed the girl who played Lilo, right? And I enjoyed who played her older sister, Nani. I think that's her name. I know that it doesn't take everything from the original movie, because characters like Gantu, who's nowhere to be found in this movie unless he comes back for a sequel. Visually, it looks good like from the cartoon, but anyway, I really enjoyed the relationship between Stitch and Lilo, just like from the original movie, and her relationship with the sister, because she had goals in her life, but she had to take responsibility to watch over her sister with no parents around. But by the end of the movie, she was able to go do her dream and still be there for Lilo while she enjoys her time with Stitch. All right, #1 is Fantastic Four: First Steps, because I love the casting, I love female Silver Surfer, and I like how they did more accurate Galactus as the villain. Now, sure, people complain that Galactus was not a build-up villain like Thanos was, but the story, the set, the visuals, everything, like they were family. This is, to me, the closest accurate adaptation based on Fantastic Four we'll probably have for the time being. And I do want to see Galactus again for another Marvel movie, but right now we're gonna get Doctor Doom, and even female Silver Surfer was awesome. And the cast, they felt like family. I enjoyed the story, and this is a really good adaptation based on the Fantastic Four right now. So until Avengers, see what happens in Avengers Doomsday, that I think is going to be the next Marvel movie after this one. All right, everybody, so there we have it. What did you think of my favorite movies and honorable mentions of 2025? Let me know down below, and what are your favorite movies of this year as well. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in 2026. Happy New Year. Peace.